Sharma from SVAR Media, and I welcome you on today to yet another talk session. And today we have with us Mr. Sriram Natarajan, Managing Director, GIA India. We will explore about GIA offerings and how the year 2023 unfolds. Hello, Mr. Natarajan. Very good morning, and we welcome you today to this talk series with SVAR. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, Amit, and thank you for inviting me to this interview.
All right. Mr. Natarajan, we would like to know from you if you could share a little about GIA, what they're doing, and what your plans for the upcoming year 2023.
Surely, Amit. 2023 can be described in a couple of terms, right? It is mission forward for us. And it is also really continuing to build what we call our reimagined future. And this will include several things. Our continued work on our digital transformation journey. It will be addition of new services to support the trade, and also positioning our delivery systems for more efficient delivery of products. So these are some of the key aspects of what we plan to do in the year 2023. It all begins with the digital diamond dossier, which will be introduced in the month of January. Shortly thereafter, right, we will follow that up with what is called the Match ID device. I'm sure you've heard of that. This is the device that actually links the diamond to its unique GIA report in the cloud. Okay. We will also have a modified version of the laboratory-grown digital report, which was recently in the press as well, and continuing to build on our source verification service. This is the service that we introduced earlier this year that provides information on the source of rough. And then last but not least is to continue to build capacity. Dubai is an important initiative, right, which we expect to accomplish in 2000.
GIA recently, started their Pearl certification, which got a very fantastic response as well from the industry. How has been your response and experience, and are there any new standard additions that are going to be incorporated in this category for the Pearl certification?
Yeah, thank you. The Pearl service was introduced in the month of May 2022. So we've been into this for about 6 months now. The response from the trade has been very strong. The fact that they're now able to have access to an internationally recognized identification report in India, right, is an important milestone, right, for the industry as well. Along with the service that we provide, we're also providing a lot of support to our own research teams, right, that sit in the US, but providing or generating a lot of data that we get on the pearls that we receive here in India. Now, being a new service, we're also closely staying connected with the trade, trying to understand their needs, and also determining how we can continue to support their needs. So these are some of the key activities that are going on the Pearl certification front.
So, Mr. Natarajan, from a laboratory perspective, how is the lab-grown diamond markets growing as to you? And do you see there is an increase in the lab-grown certification?
Well, certainly, yes. You see, just as the market continues to grow, our intake has also grown in the year 2022. And with that, right, comes also, you're aware also that with the growth of the product, the pricing in the market has continued to drop over the course of the year. And so we are responding to the needs of those of the industry, of the market, also that of consumers and retailers. So in 2023, as we begin the year, we plan to introduce a new digital-only report. Anyway, our lab-grown reports have always been digital. So will this be in 2023. It will be a watered-down version. It's a basic, simple 4 C's report that does not include the growth method or the post-growth treatment information, which for us takes a lot of science and instrumentation, right, to capture. Right? So this is what is happening for GIA. For us, right, the fact that the consumer protection mission is at our core. Our goal is to continue to extend, the same service that we provide to natural stones, right, to consumers who choose laboratory diamonds.
Okay, fantastic. So how is GIA planning to expand in the different states of India, considering there is a very vast response of people, trying to get into the gems and jewelry industry, maybe through as a gemologist or maybe through as a jewelry designer. Are there any programs lined up in this category? Also, do you have any post-doctoral program designed for the Indian market?
Thank you. You see, when it comes to, I'm sure you're aware, education is a very significant part of GIA's mission, right, of building public trust.
Mhm.
Now, we've taken many steps to make education available across India. Now, I'll start with our classroom, right? As Mumbai has 5 fully equipped classrooms. Surat has 1, and through which we deliver world-class education programs.
Sure.
In 2021, we also introduced remote learning formats, right, within education. One of the first that we introduced is the SWIFT design program. And subsequently, we also introduced a hybrid graduate diamonds, all of which primarily for working people who would want to really continue to stay engaged in their business, right? They're from tier 2, tier 3 towns, have difficulty coming and spending a large amount of time right in Mumbai. And for them, right, we introduced these programs. The SWIFT program is entirely a remote learning program. The Graduate Diamonds program is a combination, a hybrid. It's a combination of 2 months of remote learning followed by a month that's in our classrooms.
Mhm.
So this was introduced in the year 2021. Again, we're continuing that in the year 2022. In addition to that, we also conduct classes in other locations. So certainly our laboratory classes, right? So we do conduct that in other locations. Delhi, Kolkata, we're also expanding that into Bangalore, into Chennai, as we used to do in the past. Graduate Diamond programs are also conducted, right, in some of these locations. In addition to that, there are a few other things that we do, right? Retail sales associate training is a very important, program that we deliver free of cost across India, right, to retailers at their locations. We have our business development team that travels to their locations, and sometimes we do it online as well, and we deliver these retail associate training programs. Additionally, I would say that we also customize programs, right, for retailers who have very specific. So this is how we're making it available. We have our calendar for 2023 is ready. It's packed with programs, both classroom as well as the remote learning.
Great. I just want to make an addition out here. Like normally, there is always a benefit since you are a global player. It comes to as an organization. Do you think the cross culture or the hybrid program where students have an exchange program that normally we have, that they try to get shifted to any other unit of yours or different country where they try to learn a little more insight about their culture and try to understand the more styling of the designing part. Do you think you have certain programs which will give it a next level to the whole GI education system?
We are. You see, we continue to work on our programs, both jewelry design programs as well as gemology programs, and we try to build in to these programs, particularly jewelry design, right, which has so much variety, right, depending on where in the world that you're in. And we've been constantly working on upgrading our programs to include, in addition to the broad content that we bring across the globe, right, to all of the locations. In addition to that, we also bring some localized content, right, that helps students be able to see the relevance of it, right, in the markets that they are in.
Yes, that's true. Because India being emerging as one of the global players with export market, where they're substantially exporting to the countries like US and Europe. So I believe
Right.
once we have that design thing inculcated in the program itself, how the styling works in these different markets, it will definitely ease out at all the levels, right, from the designer to the corporate level as well.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Certainly. Could you have me a little insight about your GI digital diamond dossier? Though you have mentioned this a little before, but if you can elaborate a little further and what are the benefits attached to it?
Certainly. It is a very important project. It is part of our digital transformation journey. Our goal is to eliminate all paper reports by 2025 And the first step is to do this in the most popular, the digital dossier. And we're doing that in the early part of 2020. Now, while it has a lot of implications, one that I would certainly state is 20 tons of paper, 18 tons of plastic a year. Right? So this is certainly an important step, right, for us as a responsible institute and our work towards sustainability. Right, it's a very important initiative for us. Now, as far as the report is concerned, it is the same report. It is delivered in a much more secure, in a much more convenient format. And the way that you can access that it is accessed through the new app, right? There is a new GIA app, right, through which it can be accessed, and also through some of the existing methods, right, which includes the report check, right? So this new app provides report. It provides diamond knowledge and a lot of resources, right, in one place that can also help retailers, right, be able to speak to their consumers. Of course, these videos, articles, right, on fluorescence and so many other research that we've done in this field, point of sale tools, the ability to report, to store the report as well as to look up the report, all of that is included in this new app. I will add a couple of things to this, right? And in fact, you see, together with this, shortly thereafter, we will also be introducing the match ID. The first of which some of you might have seen in the JCK, right? We introduced this in the JCK earlier this year. Now, this is also the match ID device is also powered by the new GIA app, a very innovative instrument. It has the ability to pair up with the app. And then has the ability to capture the inscription image, okay, and link that diamond, right, that is on the device, right, to the unique GIA report that's available in the cloud. So this goes hand in fact, I would say, driven by artificial intelligence. It doesn't just look at the inscription, but it looks at the overall image, the facets, the girdle, and really creates a fingerprint, right, of the diamond. So this is the match ID. I would also say we've had very positive response, right, from retailers, from wholesalers, from manufacturers. Very enthusiastic about the fact that it takes away the need for filing, the space for storage, the need to track them, right, through a lifetime, right, the protection that it provides against loss. So all of this put together, it's given us a very positive response from the trade.
Yes, definitely, because this is the need of the time when we really need to take environment very seriously. And your approach of going paperless is very commendable. Mr. Natarajan, as a layman, if I would make people understand, how to use a dossier, because I understand the technology part of it, and I understand how we're getting digitalized. If I have a diamond which is certified from GIA, what is the process? Like, how would they connect it to going to an app? Is there any ease of process? How would the SOP will be provided to the retailers or the end consumers so that they can have access to those data very handy?
You see, we have a client services department. The information on all of this is available on our website. So the first step would be to reach out to this team. We do go through a KYC program, okay, and through that process, we onboard a customer, right? And once we onboard the customer, the process is very simple. You can send the stone in physically, right? Somebody dropping it off, or through a couple of the courier services that we have available for pickup in key locations. And the rest of it, the reports can be tracked online. And so it's a pretty transparent process. And so the best way to go about it would be to go through our website and get connected with our client services.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Natarajan, for allotting us time today and sharing the insights about GI India.
Thank you, Amit. Appreciate the time, and thanks for reaching out.
So you all were listening to Mr. Sriram Natarajan, Managing Director, GIA India, and you heard from him about his plans for year 2023. We all look forward for GIA's seamless services to the industry, and we wish the entire team all the very best. I, Amit Sharma, will be back with yet another eminent personality in my upcoming talk series. Until then, take care. God bless.